was either a military plane or a commercial jet that had been diverted. I never found out
قلت لك جهزي طيب
what
بعد
that
الصلاة اطلع لا
was.
تنسى الا
But
وتقول نطلع
people were
نتغدى.
wandering the streets, White House staff, and I thought, well, I'm a speechwriter. I better not go home. They're probably going to need some help from the speechwriters today. Then there was no evacuation plan or anything else. Nothing like this had ever happened. So I just remember seeing another staff guy in the street who worked in the office of administration, and he said, go to the Daimler Chrysler headquarters on I Street, because Mrs. Bush's chief of staff's husband worked over there, and just sent word if there's any White House staff, looking for a place to gather, please come here. And so that's where we gathered, and worked there with Mike Gerson, with Matthew Scully, and a couple of our colleagues, David Frum and Matt Reese, were there, and we were on a speakerphone with Mike Gerson. And Mike had been driving into the White House, and he was on Highway 395 going in from Alexandria, Virginia, toward the White House, and he saw the plane that hit the Pentagon. He didn't witness the impact, but he saw the plane a moment before, and never made it into Washington. They diverted all the traffic. We did a draft speech for the president for that night, but really that project became the work of Karen Hughes, his senior counselor, who had been with him the whole time that he was governor and had now moved to Washington with him. And really the speech that night was Karen's work. And then right after that, of course, Wednesday morning, the 12th, we saw the president. Mike and Matthew and I were in there with him. And of course, we knew that we were going to have some very big assignments quite soon. One of them was to write a speech for memorial service at the National Cathedral, which was going to be that Friday. So that was a very quick turnaround speech, and that was where Billy Graham preached, and there were 5 presidents of the United States sitting in the front pew. And then on Monday morning, the 17th, we got word that the president was very likely going to address Congress.
برامج تطوير وما تطوير الذات، تطوير البرامج، تطوير التقنيات، تطوير البرامج، تطوير الملفات، كلها أشياء تختص بالتطوير والبرمجة وأشياء ما تفهمينها ولا تفهمينها. يلا ارفعي هاي. حتى انا ماني قاعد تاكل راسي، ولهذا ما احب القلق وانا قاعد اتابع، تشوشين بك. يلا نهار. طيب توك نايم انت يا اختي. قلت لك الحين جهزي بنطلع. طيب روحي صلي. طيب يلا انجزي وارفعي السفرة، واذا قلت لك كلمة على طول فزي بنقطي، لا ترديني في الكلام. خلاص تعود الطبيعي. مليتي وانا هناك، مليت وانا هنا، مليتي هناك، مليتي هنا، مليتي في كل مكان. انت معك الملل المخلوق من اول ما خلقتي هم معك مالله من كل شيء، وانت في رحله مالله، وانت في سياره مالله، وانت في بيت مالله. ايش اللي يرضيك؟ والله مالله من الدلع الزايد اني قاعد كذا اسوي. هذا اللي يملل. المفروض اني اكدك شويه، اشغل. ينهض بارك الله فيك. يلا ارفع السفره. طيب ابغى تنفيذ على طول. ايه
لا ترميه خبز هذا.
خلاص اذا ما سويت الشيء لا تفلتني. قلت لك ارفعيها لي 10 دقائق.
الجبنه فيها شيء بعد.
خلاص خربان.